Is the alpha cannon loaded?
The alpha cannon is being loaded.
Load the alpha cannon. The alpha cannon.
Yes. I've been waiting all week because I know you dropped that animation for the bounce gates, and I was asking a lot of questions. But like I've been anxiously waiting to ask questions about charging and whatnot. But I'm gonna give us a few minutes to like settle in.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a little bit, and then we'll drop it a bit in the hangout, so you guys can enjoy the spillover for a little bit, and then drop everything you're doing to go read the blog post. Oops, hint there already.
Hell yeah. It was gonna be good. Those bounce gates got me excited, but again, just like No Future, I wouldn't know more details. So, but is there aside from that? Are we talking about some more other alpha we might not know about?
So it's a lot in this piece coming out. Some of it you guys probably already know, but there's a lot of nitty gritty details that we'll be getting into. Good stuff.
Nice. Yeah, we like the
And
details.
spillover is live, friends. I'm seeing it on the map a little bit. Let's see. Run around. Yep, devil's in the details, or the angel in this case. All those juicy details. How's everyone's week going? You guys, anyone have any hot merge takes?
The week's been great. In terms of merch, just waiting for more. Want
Oh,
more.
the merge. Did I say merch? I meant
Merch. I
merge.
think you said merch. I was like, yeah, because Cool Cats put out this like dope winter sweater. So I was like, I'm hoping that we get to do something cool like that. In terms of the merge, it went. I mean, our version of Y2K went well. So I guess everything, all is well in the land of the blockchain. Other than like decentralization, that whole thing.
Yeah, it seemed to go pretty smoothly. Which is amazing, just considering how complex it was.
Yeah, I was gonna release like this. I made like a little merge NFT drawing, and I was gonna release it the night before the merge. Then I'm like, I'll wait till it goes well and see if this is worth releasing it. Because if it didn't go well, I could make this like NFT all like dark and take another turn. So I'm glad it went well. I put it up on Lens. I think y'all can still collect it. There's like a limited amount, but just like a historic stamp on the blockchain saying you were there for the merge, or you acknowledge that the merge happened. It's crazy. It's a big event. I guess they've been working on it for many years, but the world just
Bro,
goes
like
on.
5 years.
Yeah.
Since I've been in Ethereum, people have been talking about ETH 2.0. Hey, good morning, friends.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
been
good morning.
uh, a long way coming for them to finally get this done, but it's the normies, they don't notice, right? Like my friends, like hanging out with them, or even around
Yeah.
family and stuff, nobody really knows this is that went on. So I guess life just kind of goes on everywhere else, but in crypto, that was a big deal. Ooh, I like that Jesse just posted that ASCI gotchi. That's very cool.
Yeah, that was something we worked on in the moments leading up to it, or maybe the day before. I can't quite remember. Maybe it was the day after, but I think Thrax put that together for us at the final version. Is fantastic. Love it. Just a little shout out to the merge.
Was the merge like a holiday now? Was that like we acknowledge that as like merge day?
I think
Probably.
for Ethereum it will be, yeah. I would guess so.
this was my little merge drawing I did the night before the merge happened.
Yeah, I
I
collected
love that.
two
That's
of
so
them.
cute.
Yeah, I got two in my wallet. Coder Dan, I know we're going to be getting into some like alpha stuff, but I guess I have a question there. We were talking about this on District 420, and this might be too soon to ask, but I'm like we're talking about the NFT displays and how excited we are about them. Do we see in the future, either for the NFT display or the lodge, the capability for us to display some of these lens NFTs that we're collecting, like Hefes or Contacts or Ink Pixels? If you're looking at theirs, they're putting out some crazy work. Some of those works. Do you see a future, maybe down the line, where we'll be able to display those lens posts that we collect?
Yeah, we'd have to look at what contracts those are under. I mean, I guess like are they all one token contract address, or is like each NFT its own contract address? Because if it's the latter, it's going to be super annoying to have to add each contract. So it would probably be something. I mean, it'll be definitely up to the community at some point. But if it was like one address, it would be easier. But I have a feeling it's not. So like every piece of art will need to be kind of added manually, which is that'll be kind of annoying. But I do think there's a future where we can have that for sure, because a lot of people are creating really good gotchi art on Lens.
Well, we were also talking GMI yesterday on our call. We were discussing, the situation for Thrax and potentially some ways that we're gonna create stuff to help, fund, help Thrax. And one of them we were talking about, like a standard, kind of like what GMI did for Goobs with an NFT. But we are also like, maybe we should do a second campaign that we release an NFT to help on Lens, and then start like on Lenster and kind of hit it from both angles, because I don't think anybody has done that on Lenster yet. So it might be a cool little thing for Gotcha Gang to do.
Sorry, could you say that one more time?
Oh yeah, we were just talking on GMI about like potentially using Lenster to create like an NFT to help fundraise for Thrax, besides the fundraising that we would do as a regular, I guess, GMI NFT, kind of similar to the Goobs one. So trying to utilize Lenster, as like, I guess, the platform for this potential Thrax fundraising NFT, one of them.
Yeah, and then that art would be visible in the Gotchiverse. That would be pretty neat. Yeah, I definitely think there'll be some Lens integrations. It probably won't be it won't be day one, but well, because it'll mainly be fake gotchis first, but there will be eventually some. I think we can definitely see that coming.
Awesome, that's awesome.
I'm asking, just was asking Gotchi Mark about the Alchemica. Looks like we are just 2 to 3 minutes behind due to the initial slam of all the Alchemica. So we're monitoring it. It shouldn't get any further behind than that, but if it does, we'll run some optimizations on that. Should be pretty quick.
Tell the devs to rub a little cheetah oil on the engine, cheetah blood.
We're doing Gotchi rain dance on John Gotchi's parcel.
Spinning. Hey, the spinning bug is fixed.
We can't all transform into Coder Dan now.
Well, Coder Dan, there were a few fixes that you guys put out yesterday. I know the spinning was one of them. What were the other ones? Because I saw that there were a few like quality of life things that popped up that maybe people don't even notice because it's so it's just a fine-tuned experience now.
Yeah. We had, so one of them was access rights are now added to the speed up upgrade. So like if you have already created an upgrade, I see some Alchemica.
It works.
If you already had a created upgrade and you wanted to go and speed it up, like you did it, maybe you didn't do enough glitter the first time. Before, that function called reduce upgrade time did not have access rights on it. so you couldn't do that, but now you can. This is like an access rights are like allowing a borrowed gotchi or anyone, everyone, to be able to run that function on your parcel. So that was one fix. Oh, there's a lot of Alchemica coming down.
There's so much Alchemica. That's nuts.
John Gotchi making it rain.
Jeez, John Gotchi really does make
My
it rain.
pocket's gonna get filled up soon.
I don't see the Alchemica updating in my wallet.
It'll probably take a second.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Like, yeah. Another update was capacity. You guys have been asking, and it was in the original design. I'm not really sure how it didn't make it in the original design, but capacity for the upgrading of the reservoir, it will tell you the new capacity of the reservoir now. We did fix the hotkeys for Windows for toggling the bubble chat and chat windows, and I posted the new ones in chat somewhere. I think they're in there. I think it's like control something B. So we need to add like a whole pop-up with all the different hotkeys. That'll be coming pretty soon, I think. There was another bug where HP, you could like basically keep sprinting even if your HP was already at the max, the minimum, 25%. So we fixed that bug, and we fixed the gotchi spin bug, and just some other like really, really small things. So it was a kind of a bug fix release this week, because we do have a ton of stuff, big stuff that the team is working on, which will be coming out here hopefully in a few weeks. So we didn't want to prioritize too many kind of small or medium-sized features. But we are getting in a swing of having a weekly release. So basically every Friday around 2 p.m. UTC, 3 p.m. UTC, there should be a Gotchiverse release coming out. Our team is kind of getting into that schedule now.
So we can call it Shipping Fridays from Pixelcraft, right?
Yeah, Fridays are for shipping, basically, at this point. Before it was like, whenever we had a feature, we would just release it, but it's harder to do quality control. So now it's basically every Friday for the Gotchiverse specifically. Other products will still have like probably a little less regular schedule.
So TGIF takes on a new meaning because it's now thank Gotchi it's Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, some people are saying they can't log in.
Yeah, I'm having the same issue. I've been booted like 5 times trying to get in.
It just said we had trouble logging you in. Okay. Forwarding to the devs. Okay, looks like there's a service that crashed. It's restarting. It should be fixed soon.
So I guess you're gonna have to leak some alpha, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to say shout out to Zombie Shepherd. I don't know if they're here, but I figured out how to use Midjourney and play around with that Discord. And I was at the bar with my phone. People were getting annoyed with me because I wasn't paying attention to playing my game of pool because I kept trying to prompt, the beast to see what would come out of the machine. It's a very interesting tool.
You can do Midjourney on your phone, is that right?
Yeah, because it's going through Discord. I want to test this. I signed up for a subscription account, and at the bar, I was just generating images and showing them to my friends, and they were like, "Holy shit!" And then it started this whole debate about what is art, because there's this artist that she creates these beautiful pieces using dripped coffee. Like she takes grinds from coffee, like the filter, and she'll drip it over like canvas and make art. And just like talking about how that's art and how some artists will not consider this art, but how it really is art, and just getting into that deep dive of like what is art.
Right, we did a little bit of that last hangout, I think. But Sounds like a good, you'd be a lot of fun at the bar, I can tell. Like, that's not your average night at the bar. Like, hey, everybody's chilling at the bar here. We're gonna do some AI stuff. Like, shout out your favorite idea. Could turn into a
Yeah,
drinking if you're not careful. Shots,
yeah.
mid-journey shot.
I brought the like I was considering bringing the laptop because during GMI at the very end of our call last night, Zombie Shepherd hooked me up with like the Discord, and I went in and I just instantly became hooked. And I was like, damn, I should bring my laptop so I can keep doing this. But then I ran out of the free images, so I was just looking at it on my phone. And I was like, fuck it, let's pay for the subscription because this seems like such a cool tool. Like just seeing what everybody's put out and like what it can do, it's just very interesting.
There was a dispute I think recently because someone was at a fair and they had an art competition at the fair, and the first place winner was this piece that someone made, but then they later found out that was an AI generated piece of work. So then there was this huge kind of controversy. People got really upset, but then there was this debate, like you say, about is this art or is it not? I think it's still art, but just like with art, you could have low effort versions and you can have things that are, you know, taking significant time. Maybe you had like 10,000 different outputs and you picked this one. Yeah, that's the one there. So, I mean, with that image there, right? If that person had to look through like hundreds of different outputs and this is the one they picked, maybe that's art because they used their eye to kind of find that thing that looked artistically like interesting. But maybe if it was like the first image, I don't know. Like it's a tough thing, right? Because it looks like a lot of effort went into that. Human
I
effort,
mean,
I should say.
it is quite beautiful. I mean, I could
Yeah.
see how it captivated people. The judges have probably not been on the loop and seen the latest in AI art. They're probably blown away and were like, yeah, that's the winner. I suspect by next year the Colorado State Fair will have a category for AI art. They got like so many categories at these state fairs, so that's probably the quick solution.
Is there a way to prove that it's AI, or could somebody switch it up, or like, is that something provable?
Uh, I don't know. I feel like right now I can tell like most often than not, but then again, like Thrax just dropped some really cool stuff up above, and that doesn't have. Those are more like portraits. I don't know if you told me that was, you know, not made with AI. I don't think I would know. Good point.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe if there'd be some kind of like detail in there in the artwork itself that like how it was made, but I don't think there's anything like that that exists, right?
I do think a sentient AI would probably find human art interesting. Just seeing what AI outputs and how different it is from what a human can do. They would actually find like I'm sure like a sentient AI would find like a 4-year old's drawing of something like interesting
You
because
think
the
the
AI
Borg?
wouldn't do that.
You think the Borg would find us interesting?
What's that?
I said, you think the Borg would find us interesting?
Who's that? I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Cyborg.
Oh,
Or
Cyborg.
I think he's talking about Star Trek, right? Or is
Yeah,
that
Star Trek, Borg,
yeah?
failure
They
to
were like
assimilate.
assimilating all information and destroying everybody
Oh,
across it.
okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Failure to assimilate is futile.
See, what I need to know is how, like, I'm playing around with Midjourney. Like the last one, the pieces I just threw up. Like I did one of them that was like Ghost on Fire, and it kind of gave me this little ghost gotchi thing. So I need to figure out these prompts to get it more gotchi like, to make it cool. But I was just like playing around, putting in different things, and it just kept spitting out interesting stuff. So it was very cool.
With Midjourney, do you have the ability to take like a drawing you already made and give it that like as a prompt? Like, here's this image. Like, what can you do with this? You know?
Well, I'm just using the Discord version of it. I see sometimes in the Discord, like they have like these channels called newbies where you can like generate images. I see sometimes people pop up like web links. So I think people might be using a website to also generate some of these images. But the people who are generating them from the website, those people seem to know what they're doing because their prompts are producing these beautiful, like very intricate images, and the prompts are a little bit more context, a little bit more complex, and a little bit more specific than like the stuff I'm putting up. So no, from what I know, you can't input an image and then have it like spit something out. But from what Contact was saying yesterday, which I thought was pretty interesting, was he's sometimes like putting in prompts and getting imagery back and using that imagery as inspiration for something that he will hand draw himself, which I never even considered, and I think that might be pretty cool. I'm really good at tracing. I'm not good at drawing, but I might have to get my trace on.
Yeah, I like that. Let the AI give you the prompt and the framework for what you want to make, and then put your own like vibe, feel on it.
Yeah, it's almost like training wheels for like the the uninitiated artist.
What art are you most hyped on right now, Golden Cross?
Oh, you know it. We're about 10 days out from the end of the mosaics competition, so I gotta go with mosaic parcels. They are just coming in. Every time I go in the general chat now in Aavegotchi, it's like I see a new parcel that's just looking amazing. This is a few days
Cool.
old now. I think, like this one as an example, was missing the green mosaics because they hadn't come out yet. So, would love an update on this one. I don't know where to find it, what district it's in, but that one's amazing. That's Johnny. Okay, Johnny's on point.
Is this going to be
Yeah, that's
an
cool.
ongoing thing? So are we gonna do this again and have like a prize again, just to keep value in those tiles?
Well, we'll see how the first one goes, I think, and how mosaic supply, how much is left, like floating around. I think it's going to be a lot of it's going to be really locked up. That said, I think
Ooh, that's some alpha right there. I mean, I've been minting tiles like crazy because I feel like these are gonna be a hot commodity in the future.
yeah, what 2 weeks to mint each colored tile, so it's coming to a conclusion here soon. I think which one just deprecated? Was it purple? One of them is no longer
Yeah,
available here.
I think it was purple or yellow maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah, not much left.
Also, the Gotchiverse seems to be working again, friends. So try to log back in.
Yeah, it worked for me too.
Liz, since you're up here and you're almost never up here, because you're a very small borrower, how's your borrowing experience been since the change in the rules for borrowing? Like for me personally, I've been able to max out my land every day. I'm getting like, I have 200 gotchis in my wallet almost every night. For you, the small player, how has this worked out for you?
Yeah, so I have 4 pieces of land at like level 5, 4, and 2 3s. And what my goal is I have a lot of time on my hands, so I would like to channel more. So sometimes I'll like borrow land or I'll borrow gotchis from the vault and I'll channel that land, which is kind of cool. And what I want to do is basically like you taught me that if people open up their access, anybody with the gotchi that's rented can enter that land. So what I want to offer is the same kind of thing of like if we all open up our access land to everyone and then rent our gotchis, right? The people that rent our gotchis, you can stipulate whatever percentage you want from that channeling. Like you don't have to put your thing somewhere and just get 10%. You could do 50-50, 60-40, whatever. And those people rent your gotchis. And if you leave it with that person, for example, myself, then every day I can channel your land, which is going to pet your gotchi. So that's what I want to do. I don't want to just do it like 4 times a day. I want to do it multiple times a day because I have a lot of time. So if you guys are interested in that, down below, send me a DM on Twitter or Discord. Twitter's probably better, but I think that's really cool that basically you have those land access controls, or gotchi access controls. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think you are now my competition, so now I have to kill you. No, I'm kidding. I fully welcome competition.
Catch me first, okay? Catch me first.
I know where you live in New York. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah, do it up. It'll, there's always gonna be gotchis available. I kind of yeah. If I'm waiting, my big thing I'm waiting for, and we were talking about yesterday, is the whitelist for land, so that I can just move all my land to my cold wallet because I have to keep it in a hot wallet now, which is not ideal. Um, but yeah, if you can, if you like, I would urge you to consider to continue. You've been doing this, and we've been talking about this for a while. Just keep updating. Keep upgrading your parcels, and then the number of gotchis you get, you'll just keep expanding. And then ideally, you want to be able to channel on other people's land because that, it's like a free channel. But if you keep upgrading, then you'll just be able to increase your capacity that way. Also, look at the
Yeah,
bazaar. Prices are cheap. Like land acquisition is like, I consider this an opportunity to get cheap land.
was it like 40, 50 last time I checked? But yeah, I've been putting all the stimmy money back into land or back into trading. Um, and right now with the change, it's I get like five, right? Because I have one and there's five because I have four lands and you get plus one. So it comes out to like six altogether. My strategy is I go for the gotchis that are like 100% um, channeling for 24 hours, which gives me a lot of wiggle room because the times are like awkward, and then I can channel them twice, usually at the turnover. Recently, the past couple days, or maybe like yesterday, Adventure.io has been kind of funky, but if you look through, you can see kind of some recent listings. So that's just been what I've been doing. But I'm like, there's so many of us, and if people would just open up their access to borrowed gotchis, then we can go in, channel your land, and then it's fun for somebody that's like me that just wants to like keep doing it and build, without all that. Like it like doesn't have the initial like whale status. So but I'm sure the whales can't do everything themselves. So yeah, we're like the little fish that like clean the whale's ass, So yeah,
What a colorful analogy that you used.
yeah, I had to put it in simple terms. Okay, if you're a whale and you've got like shit in your teeth, like let us know, okay? Because there's a lot of little fish out here. Whales don't have teeth; they have baleen, which is that like spaghetti shit. But besides that.
Yeah, I know, Liz, you've been like, me and you have talked about this before because there was like this whole like video series I was going to release on how to, like, if you're a little player with not much, how you can utilize the Gotchi Vault to channel like on the lands. Things have changed a little bit then, but you've been executing it, like, you've been doing it for a while and it's worked for you. So that,
Yeah, if
congratulations.
you go on adventure.io and you are looking at the rented gotchis, the ones that say owner and has a purple kind of, it looks like no, it's got the Gotchi Vault symbol, OXDD5 as the owner, and then the original owner is someone else. Those are the lands that are connected to Gotchi Vault. So if you rent that Gotchi, you can look up the lands that are available to channel in the Gotchi Vault. You can channel them, and whatever split it is, that's yours. So if you only have one parcel of land, you can still channel as many gotchas as you can possibly borrow. But what I want to do is like basically have people like, I'll borrow the gotcha that one time, and if you leave it with me, I'm still channeling every day. So yeah, if you're getting only like 10% of your own shit somewhere else, then know that there are little people out here that want to help.
So everybody, Liz's nanny, Gotchi nanny service is open and available. Also, Liz, I'd like to ask you because you are an artist, and I keep asking you these questions, and we never get you on stage to do it. I'm gonna bring Shaw
I'm
up in a
shy.
second.
I'm shy.
Yeah, but you make you make your flower art. I've been pushing you to make Aavegotchi art, especially now with fake gotchis coming out. Have you considered that at all as an artist trying to submit for a fake gotchi collection? I don't know if you've read up on it. I will have extra cards, so I will give you one if we have to work it out.
Yeah.
But
So as artists, are we allowed to like make gotchis? Because I remember with the whole he rights discussion, like I didn't know what it was or what the allowances were. I would love to draw some gotchis in my own little style, and then we have to submit it to be like accepted, or how does it work?
No, absolutely. I think there was a little miscommunication or misunderstanding on how fake gotchis work, and actually, you want to have them be they've got to have gotchis in them. Actually, some reference to Aavegotchi protocol, whether it's the gotchi itself or a reference to some of your favorite wearables or the palette. Consider the palette, and yeah, it's got to be. I think rule number one is make it gotchi. So by all means, that's a big part of it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
drop a
I'll make
little.
something today.
Yeah, yeah, cool. That would be great. And you know about the three portrait size or three canvas sizes? That's kind of the key is just make sure you've got it coming in as either a perfect square, a 3x2, or a 2x3 aspect ratio. And then it'll fit perfectly in
cool.
all the display cases, and it will also display perfectly at fakegotchis.com.
Yeah, I'll make a little flower Aavegotchi and post it on Twitter. That's as far as I understand. I'm sure no future is going to help me the rest of the way.
Nice. Yeah. Actually, I have a little update on the fake gotchis as we're getting ready for development. So, the original blog post said that you could mint up to 200 editions of the same work. And that's another thing to clarify. Some people thought you'd burn a card and you could have like 200 different, totally different designs, but that's not the case. Like the card here that Thrax just dropped, that's one he's working on. And I think if he wanted to, he could burn one fake gotchi card, and then he'd be able to make up to not 200, but it's been revised down to 100 total copies of that card. So the supply of your NFT can go from 1 to 100, anything in between. It was going to be 200. We were very optimistic about that with the initial gas tests. But at the end of the day, if the network is spiking, it gets problematic. So we thought, okay, let's, 100 is just perfect anyway. Let's just do 1 to 100. Super intuitive.
Sounds cool.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking about yesterday, like just getting into a deep speculative dive on like market dynamics and how the market will receive fake gotchis, and having limiting the number of editions per release is going to help a lot, I think. Because 200 is great. Having 100 is better, I think. It just makes it rare.
Yep, everything's rare. I mean, sometimes you want to have a common edition. Like, let's say you're doing a series of pieces. You want some of them to be rare and you want some to be relatively obtainable. Then it is nice to be able to make more. But yeah, in this case, it's also because like it's really hard to time it because it's not a normal, typical minting process where like you are watching the market or watching the network and saying, oh, I'm going to mint 200 of them now because gas is low and now's the time to strike. And this is good for anybody who's hearing this the first time, the way it works is you burn the card, and that lets you, by burning the card on chain, then you're able to upload your artwork, all the metadata, set your royalty streams, and then you hit the submit button, and that work goes into the queue. And the queue is this 5-day kind of purgatory, and it serves two purposes. You get to basically have a space where everyone can come see the upcoming works that are about to drop. And it's all automated. So you're waiting for your piece. It's going to be waiting 5 days, and then it gets minted. So we have no idea where the market, where the network will be 5 days from now in terms of where gas will be at. So it is really hard to time that, and that's why we kind of were like, okay, let's reel it in a little bit. And 100's a nice flat number. But I think the queue is going to be awesome. I'm so excited about the queue because it's a place to go and get hyped about what's coming. And it's also a place where the community, the DAO, ghost token holders, they'll all be able to basically see what's coming and identify anything that looks problematic. So if there's like somebody trolling, if there's something that's just way low effort, or a typo, an innocent typo, people would be able to do an on-chain transaction to flag that. And the smart contract will recognize if there's 10 flags, it will basically pause the minting process, the 5 days, and it goes into a manual review from that point. So pretty unique way for the community to curate the collection a little bit. We shouldn't really be flagging based on like our taste necessarily, but just flagging on the stuff that is outlined in the rules, which there's really only 3 rules: make it gotchi, make it friendly, and what's the last one? Make it original. Yep, that's about it.
Now, will you be able to use GBM to like auction off your artwork?
Yeah. I don't know about day one, but that is definitely right around the corner. We want to be able to list them in the bazaar, list them at fakegotchis.com, which is the bazaar. It's the same smart contracts, just a different front end. Or when V2 comes out, and then when Fake Gotchis, we can update that UI as well. We'll be able to support GBM auctions. So you could totally distribute your your fake gotchis with a GBM auction.
Question with the fake gotchis, I guess the rollout of it will we see, like, I guess, how will the distribution happen initially? Will it be a few different collections happening at once, or will they be like, will you have them one at a time, depending, on a schedule, or will it be like a whole bunch of people drop cards into the queue and then a whole bunch of projects, if approved, 5 days later will be dropped onto the market?
Yeah, that's a great point. So we'll have we know that some people will want to just rush in to get those low token ID numbers minted, regardless of quality, which is kind of a bad incentive. And also, we want to have a bit of a controlled launch where we're able to generate as much excitement as we can and as much outreach to other crypto art communities. So we'll have basically a piece coming out probably next week that outlines the details on what's called the summoning works. We've talked about this a little bit, but basically that'll be like the summoning works will be like the first pieces to go into the queue and be minted. And so I think it will be, we're going to have a final number here soon, but it's going to be like probably around just 18 to 20 pieces, not that many. And each of those original works will be part of this summoning. And so just like summoning a DAO, we're going to be summoning the fake gotchis together, and we'll have more news on what pieces are making it into that real soon, and also how to submit your piece for consideration to be one of the summoning works. There'll be nothing on the UI or anything that says this is a summoning work, mind you. It's going to be those low token IDs, those first things you see to populate the fake gotchis collection. And then from there, we have the distribution of more fake gotchi cards. Remember, this last snapshot for rarity farming is where the first 1,000 fake gotchi cards are going to be distributed across those 3 leaderboards. So yeah, it's going to all be outlined here in detail soon, but it's going to be pretty sweet.
Yeah, awesome. I'm looking forward to it. It's like, I'm hoping we get to see down the line, like Hefe can attest to this, like someone burnt one of the Nakamoto, like the Pepe cards, one of 300, so it's one of 299. So, hopefully we start seeing some of that down the line where these collections, initial Genesis collections start getting whittled down a little bit, but, just, it'll be fun to see them.
They will start, some of them, I mean, even though you have 1 to 100, I mean, you can just mint 1, right, to make a 1 of 1. So, I mean, there might be a lot less artwork in there than we suspect, right?
Yeah. I mean, people want to make 1-of-1s however they want. I just dropped a little UI preview here of like if you were to go and burn your card and start minting, this is the next thing you'd see after you burn your card. So definitely take note of those aspect ratios if you are making a piece or you're working with artists. I know quite a few people here that are interested in building like their community of artists or sponsoring artists to bring them on board. So that's probably useful for you when you talk to other artists or consider what you want to build. That's just a screenshot of the front end we're working on right now.
All right, friends, we're gonna interrupt this alpha session with another alpha session. While we are waiting for the spillover to come back on, you guys can all head over to the blog and read this piece that we just dropped. The biggest Gotchiverse release since the last one. We have the epic Gotchiverse art release to deliver 3 amazing new features. Anyone want to read it? How about Gotchi Emperor? Read it in your deep Mariana Trench voice.
I wish
Do
I
it.
could read it. Okay, I gotta go in the blog real quick. Hold on.
Thank you, Nucky, for that comment. That was funny.
Is there a connection to the blog in here, or do I gotta go to the site?
Yeah, I just dropped it again here.
Zico, that's messed up to say, let's get Floyd Mayweather to read it. He can't read.
You don't have to read the whole thing. You can, well,
It's a bit long read.
It's a long read. I'll summarize it. There's 3 major releases here, and we do have a little feature from our friend Hefe, who I believe was the first one to coin the gotcha-sance, their gotchi renaissance. So thanks for that term, friend. And so we're gonna give full details on the NFT displays with the recipes. Also, we got the bounce gates. Gonna jump around the verse with the bounce gate. And finally, observer mode. We got some final looks at observer mode and some details on that.
So I see that with the recipes, it seems like there's no FOMO used in any of these recipes, which I think is I think people will be happy about to a degree because we can see the Keck and Alpha Lords have their day today.
Yeah, these are very alpha and especially Keck heavy because they're kind of social, so they lean more on that side of the Alchemica.
Oh man, I love the NFT displays. How I've seen the golden ones, but now seeing the regular display also, I love how it has that aura around it. It almost looks like the NFT is like floating in the display, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like how there's different designs inside of it. You know what I mean? Like 8x8, 4x6, 4x4. I love the different sizes. You know.
Yeah, there's a lot. Art comes in all sizes, so we want to make sure that everyone's art looks good in the way that they want it to look. Especially with fake gotchis, the 4x6 will be a really good choice for those. And one day there'll probably be an 8x12, but we're not there yet.
All this is definitely changing the entire layout and the look to the entire game, and it's just going to make the entire Citadel just look so freaking amazing. You know.
This might be one of the first grassroots art movements in like the metaverse. Like I don't know. A lot of like this exists in other metaverses. Like you have Crypto Voxels, Somnium Space, and all that. They have art, but usually it's like the artists are well known, or it's like a very like specific with what you can what you display, and there's no community created like grassroots art display in the metaverse that I know of. So this is gonna be really exciting. I'm pretty stoked.
Are you going to allow people to mint their basically creations in the Gotchiverse with the tiles? Like, like obviously the winner's going to have the best art, but that's artwork right there. Like, are you going to allow them to mint that as an NFT?
Which one? Which artwork?
Well, the thing we're doing right now with the tiles, the whole art competition, like even though it's in the Gotchiverse and the artwork's in the Gotchiverse, maybe they could mint like their spacious tile or their three spacious tiles together.
It sounds like a good fake gotchi piece.
Yeah, I think just the one I seen this morning, with the sus butterfly and everything was absolutely amazing. And I think that took like 2 different spaciouses to do or something like that. So if they could like pull that out of there and turn it into a fake gotchi, that I think that would be amazing.
That would be pretty cool.
I mean, if they have the card, right? If you're if someone's a publisher and they want to like patronize that artist and give them a card to make a fake gotchi, that'd be a pretty cool use case.
Yeah, I've become super excited about the NFT displays, like kind of the gallery museum kind of thing we spoke about last week, like the upgrades to the contracts you guys were hinting at, so that like I could work out, like I have 100 parcels, right? I could work out deals with all of these many NFT displays that I put up and just display a bunch of dope art and then work out a deal that if any of it sells, I get a little percentage. That really excites me. I don't know why. I've never been like I've never wanted to curate art or like run a gallery, but now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can do that in the metaverse. Why not do it in the metaverse?
Yeah. If you're right in the middle of all of some amazing artwork and you got like a piece of property that you can rent out to people or let them use, that's going to be very valuable when you're in like the center of like District 27 or just in the center of GMI or something like that.
I've missed so much, man. Holy shit. I've been hand painting every day. Twice. But man, I've got to catch up on this Gotchiverse business. I haven't gone past altars yet. And Mojito is on my ass. My team manager. He's not having it.
Welcome back,
Naki.
friend.
It has been
Yeah,
a
dude.
minute.
It's been a while, man. I got you, Emperor, dude. I got a real talk. Where the fuck do you buy your underwear, man? Because I got the same problem. My balls are down to my ankles, man. Can't like you got the deepest fucking voice I've ever heard. Are you using some sort of voice adjusting thing, or like a damn nuts
No,
are they just scraping all day?
It makes I smoke a lot of weed all day long. I don't
Me
think
too, bro. Ah, what do you
that
know?
helps.
Ah.
You know, ever since I switched from tighty whities, I think lately I might have to switch back to tighty whities. Balls are hanging low.
Oh,
know,
Just
no.
let them
Gotta be careful
fly.
not to step
Yeah.
on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, once they hit that tarmac, you got to start wearing underwear again, son.
The true warrior, Naki, is back. Welcome,
Now
man.
I know why my dad wore briefs.
I'm just happy I'm not the one that made it not safe for work today.
Oh man, see, like I mean, like I said, dudes, like don't never expect me to raise the IQ of this chat. That's I'm just putting my hand up, just dumb it down a bit. You know, if you got alpha to spit it. I'll shut my mouth.
Hey, I'm cheesing right now, high as fuck. So thanks for the smile.
Nah, man, fucking me too, dude. I've just, it's been a long time, man. I don't know if cheesing is the same thing over there as it is here, but I'm fucking cheesing, if you know what I mean.
Hey.
It's midnight here. It's fucking 1 a.m., dude. Here, I'm fucking flying.
Great idea with the bounce gates. It's gonna be really cool to make prioritize like what No Futuristic was saying, like making an art showcase. So if he wanted to show his parcel and have a lot of people just spawn in, he can just do that.
Swear jar filling up. I didn't even was I filling it up? I didn't even notice.
It's becoming
Yeah, I agree about the bounce gates. I am a trampoline diva, as stated in the article.
Yeah, the bounce gates are going to be super cool.
Yeah, I think.
Alchemica sink.
How do those work? Do we craft those, or are they like already in the verse already, or?
So they're actually going to be free to craft, but to use it, you'll need to charge it with some glitter. And so
okay,
if you charge it with glitter, it's going to give you like a limited duration on how long you can use it for. And then if you want to, basically on the UI, you'll be able to see all of the events that are happening. And if you want to make sure that your event is on top, you can also spend some Alchemica to basically bump it up in the priority of all the events. And so what you'll have is basically like a little mini auction happening for the UI real estate on the Gotchiverse. To like, if you have a hot event that you're trying to promote, you could spend a little bit of Alchemica to make sure it's like at the top of the leaderboard there.
Okay, and where can you see the leaderboard for the locations?
That'll be on the verse Gotchi, like the Aavegotchi front end.
Roxy, you have a voice. You have a voice for like podcasting and radio. Like holy shit.
Oh, thanks.
I've seen your YouTube stuff's good. Keep it up. That's like how I've been doing my catching up with Aavegotchi lately. Is watching No Future and yourself. Like I've just been getting smashed with work for myself. So
Thanks,
sometimes
I really
I just
appreciate it.
Hey,
Nah,
if you need
keep it
somebody
up.
to manage your assets, actively manage it.
Yeah, I've already got Mojito, man. He's a fucking pimp. I'm not gonna. Oh god damn it! There's the swear jar. He's a workhorse, man. He's doing recruiting. He's managing a little team that I've got assembled. It's pretty sick. Brills. He might have tried to steal Mojito off me at one point, but don't know. We settled that internally. But he didn't try to steal it.
Were you one of the portal mages that had the full setup? Like Pensky is a good example. He has the avatar that they made for him, that NFT. Did you get one of those? Because I thought you were on that list of like lords.
Oh, maybe. What is it to you?
No, I just want to see what your image looked like.
Yeah, no. I got the full portal mage with the
nice
double axes.
I thought I was a lord, but I must not be.
Axe Lord. I think I made Hills change it. I was like, bro, I don't like that. I got the same tag as everyone with one axe. You know what I mean? You got to change that shit up.
Hey, Gotchi Emperor, you're a lord in your own heart. That's all that matters.
See, I'm the emperor.
Yeah, he's an emperor, man.
I'm a little
He's
above
also
the
like
Lord.
6'6" or something like that. Like his voice matches the size of human he is, because that man is huge. He's a big man.
Is he? Yeah. See, he sounds like it.
Yeah,
Sounds like
About
he sounds like he
6'4".
plays in the fucking NBA.
Yes. No, 6'4", 300. I used to play football. Nothing
Oh,
professional.
yeah. You
dope.
look
All right,
like
6'4", 300 pounds. All right, yeah, that's a fucking big lad. I fucking like it, man.
Yeah,
Let's have a
I had
fucking
mute Nucky here
let's
for a little
have a
bit.
fucking.
Time out, Nucky.
I had
We
a
love
que-
you.
I
Glad
had,
you're back.
I
Go
had a
ahead,
que-
Emperor.
I had a question,
Yeah,
Jesse.
Alpha.
Is there any way that we can mint like some of these cards? Not like mint them, but is there any way we could do like an auction ahead of the actual minting, maybe for Thrax? Maybe like if I commissioned or I got a couple people to commission, like Roxiano or Ben Legan, to do like a piece that will eventually be minted. Is that some way we could maybe help Thrax?
I don't know. I don't know if we're not gonna like change the supply of the fake Gachi cards if that's what you're saying. But the cool thing is,
No, I'm not talking about changing it. I'm just talking about, can we like could somebody auction off their pre-art before they're actually able to mint it for Thrax?
Ooh.
I mean, that sounds like something outside of the. Yeah, you could do that if you want to. Yeah, absolutely. I don't see how that would be an issue.
Yeah,
The
he
other
might
cool
not
thing
be
to
doing
make use of is the royalty and how we have the double wallet support. So let's say you're the artist, but you're also the publisher. Then you could use one of those two address inputs for, if you want to just stream everything to Thrax, you could do that, or to anybody else for that matter.
Well, that's
So
dope.
I just put up my work on Twitter. What is the next step once you have a piece?
For the fake gotchis, it's really about
Yeah.
working with, well, you either need to be on the leaderboards or win the drop ticket raffle that's coming up. And if you do either of those, you're going to have cards. If you don't get a card that way, then they'll be available on the secondary market. And basically, each card is a right to mint one fake gotchi artwork. So if you don't have them, you can just work with other people that do have them. I have a feeling a lot of the guilds are going to accumulate cards and then work with their favorite artists to put art out. So
Okay,
yeah,
so we're gonna have a raffle, and then if we put in drop tickets, we'll be able to get one of these cards, and if we have a card, we can mint one of our, right?
correct. Yep. Basically, it's all about the
Okay,
card.
cool. When is
Anyone
that
who gets
happening?
a card is all towards the end of this month. There'll be like a series of things unfolding in the next few weeks. So yeah, it's gonna be really, really cool. Word's starting
And
to get
for
out.
each
We're getting a lot of DMs about this. So, really cool.
for each card that you get, you can mint 100 of whatever design you made, right?
Okay.
Right. You have one design per card, and then you get to choose the supply.
And is 100 the max?
Yep, that's the most you'll be able to make per card.
That's cool.
Oh, I see Crypto Green mentioned the 200. That's one thing I mentioned a little bit ago. We got to update that. After more testing, we realized we better dial it back a bit and make 100 the max. Because of gas, right? If gas gets really messy, suddenly 200 actually isn't feasible. We don't want anybody to get wrecked.
By
Plus
the way,
100.
I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this. Like I channeled like 5 or 6 plots of land and there is no Alchemica anywhere. Is anybody else experiencing that or just me?
I've been channeling
Yeah,
and just walking
there
away,
was
so
an issue with one of the services that handles that. The team's looking into it, but it's still very early in the U.S. where they're based, so it's taking a little bit longer. But they are awake and looking into it.
That brings up another question, Dan, I had earlier. Now, because there's not as many people as we anticipated, like before the release and everything, now, how is there really like a way to test to have, multi-thousands of people on the server when we don't actually have that right now? And I was just wondering what you guys might do to kind of test that.
Well, I mean, that kind of
They-
brings us into
we
observer
have-
gotchis, doesn't it?
Well, we also have internal testing for like stress tests. They're able to run tests with 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 bot gotchis running around.
Okay, that's
This is
basically
this issue looks like we've been doing a lot of back end work to prepare for the big refactoring that we'll be pushing out. So this is probably something very small that was introduced in that, and it just didn't crop up until today for some reason.
the great reset.
Guys,
It actually is Kubernetes related. So, yeah, but it should be. I think they found the issue and they're fixing it right now. It takes a while for these kind of things to deploy. It's like 20 minutes per deploy, so it takes a little bit longer than like a normal hot fix.
do you guys
But
hear me?
the good news is, yeah, I can hear you. The good news is that once this backend refactoring is done, the Gotchiverse is going to scale pretty much unlimited, and it's going to just be much less laggy and super smooth. So it's worth a little bit of growing pains right now to have that.
Yeah, that answered my question perfectly. That's a really good answer too. Thank you, Dan.
Yep.
Sorry,
And I
interrupted.
think we will. We probably will extend the hangout. Sorry, Shaw. Hey, friend.
No problem. I'm just interrupting you. I'm sorry. Just wanted to make a quick announcement, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I
Just
mind.
want to-
Just kidding, man. Go for it.
No problem. Just wanted to come up here, and I thought maybe it's a really good time to take the stage to announce that ATF has this upcoming arcade game and event hosting introduction event happening on September Friday 23rd at 2 a.m. UTC time, being hosted by the GMI, and I'll be mostly covering some important topics around the arcade's main features and finally share the platform's light paper, which I've been working on for months now as the AGG platform. But now we at the ATF decided to finally ship it as our own arcade game and event hosting platform. And there's also some infographics that I've been coordinating with Hefe to get them done and to finally do some presentations. So I'm hoping everyone is going to come over and join this event and show their support with this huge community-driven project. So actually, the goal of the platform is to gather all the players, game developers, and artists together on a united platform hosted totally on chain, something similar to what GMI is currently doing, with connecting the artists and builders and showcasing their creations as a community. But the arcade platform is mainly focused on hosting them and also focused on the gaming aspect of it, like hosting games and game related arts and assets and etc. And finally helps them with monetizing their creations and actions. Uh, it's a safe and fun place to both spend time and earn some income. So that's all I wanted to say.
Is that donut operator T-Bird? Hang on. Is T-Bird donut? What the fuck?
By the way, is that going to be like live streamed, Shaw?
Yeah, it's going to happen on Friday. It's going to be hosted by DGMI weekly hangout,
Oh,
I
cool.
guess.
I'll be honest, I was not aware of this actually, so we will
Yeah,
talk about this
I
after.
have scheduled it, coordinated with Michaelion.
Oh, okay, you're talking to my Callum because I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
remember talking to you about this at all. But
Yeah, I'm not as like active in GMI as Hefe and Zombie Shepherd, but I was like, I don't remember that either. But I'm really looking forward to it because I have looked at your white paper, and my friend, you have gone in. It is very extensive.
Yes.
It's very high level stuff. I was reading it and just like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. And just like, I really look forward to you breaking it down because it's some big brain stuff that you've cooked up there, friend.
Yeah,
That's
thank
exciting.
you. So Dan, have you had the time to read it too?
I've read a couple pages of it, and I'm still kind of working through it. So yeah, I don't think I'll have I can't suggest a ton of fixes or changes to it by the 23rd, but I'm definitely reading through it. I guess my main question is how it relates to the XP, and if that's referring to the on-chain XP that we have. So if you guys can give an explanation of that, I guess during the live stream, that would be super cool.
Yeah, but I don't think they're related to the Aavegotchi XPs. But yeah, it's just the activity is something that about the platform activity users gaining XP whenever they just do something, play games, play testing games or whatever, and that's it.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Also, just speaking of mini games, real quickly, Gotchi, Crypto Rider Gotchi, and Humbled Bagger, the Shigachi Bulls team, they have Gotchi Jam. So that's like live and they're like testing it. But on Thursday during the hangout, I'm probably gonna do like a little quick competition, not the hangout, during the event, where if you want to jump in and play me one-on-one, because it's a one-on-one game, I'll throw up some prizes like drop tickets and common items, and we'll just mess around and have a little fun. So that'll probably happen Thursday morning during my live stream. So just I'll talk about it, and there'll be a graphic that comes out in the next coming days. But it should be a lot of fun. We'll get a little competitive juices, basketball juices flowing in the Gotchiverse.
Just quickly, Carter, Dan, Jesse, just want to check if I was
I'm
yellow.
just in general super excited for anything multiplayer. If it's multiplayer, I'm pumped for it.
Have you played it yet, Jesse? Like, it is fun. Like it's
Yeah, right.
game, but when you're playing against, I played against user OX Default, and he's a beast. Like, he's just from down, deep 3-pointer. He's just draining shots. But if you play it, it's simple but really fun. It's gotchijam.xyz. It's not Web3 enabled, I think. I know you can use your Gotchi, and it's still like being tested. So if too many people jump in, it will break the system. But if 2 people go up, you can easily join a game and play against each other.
That sounds good. I didn't have the URL, so let's drop that in the weekly Hangout chat and crash the game. I played so much Hangout back in the day. NBA Hang Times. We're in the Hangout talking about Hang Time, and holy cow. If it's anything on that level, or even like approaching some sort of multiplayer or one-on-one basketball to start, that's cool. I'm up for that.
Yeah, No Future and I were playing last Hangout, right?
Man,
last D420.
I'm Australian. You know we guys are going to outball you. Come on now.
It's cool. The only thing is, they're working on it now, is that the dunk is like super OP. You can't block it. So if you're good at shooting, you can get ahead and win easily. But the dunk is unstoppable. It's a lot of fun though.
Smash it.
Yeah, guys.
Are there any? Do you need a basketball to play?
No, but they've hinted at the idea of like if you have the wearable set that might give you something. But like I have one Gotchi that holds a basketball, so it's funny to see the Gotchi running with a big basketball, and then the little basketball next to it, or your raffle running around while you're trying to dunk. Kind of fun.
I like the music.
Excuse me, ref. Is my yellow card time up? Or did I get a red card?
Let's keep it.
I'll keep PG. I'm just chill, man.
How do I shoot my basketball in this game?
I just got a bit excited. I got a bit excited back there, Dan. It's been a while.
We missed you, Nucky.
I can tell.
Okay. Oh, there we go. We click on it.
I heard Gotchi Bulls is also working on a Aavegotchi racing game, multiplayer racing game. So looking forward to that when that launches as well.
Is that the one you follow on Twitter? And it's not just the boat, right? It's just like a side scroller type racing. It's like Mario Kart if it was a side scroller.
Oh, there might have been some mods made there. I thought it was Aaveboat Racing, but yeah, it's Gotchis racing each other. And you see in the background, there's billboards for all the different guilds and stuff. So there's like some ad space in that game.
Yeah, very cool. I'm pretty excited for that one. I would be up for that.
need a racing game.
When you guys do, please use. I don't know if you can use this song. It might be copyrighted, but this song is so good. This is my one of my. It's on my list of songs. So dope.
Tokyo Drift Nightcore. Yeah, right. I'll give it a listen. I'll give you an honest. I'll give you an honest review, Dan.
Give it a listen. BRB.
Yeah, I'll be. I'll come back with a real.
It really.
I'll
It
come back.
slaps, like
I'll
when
come back with a raw review.
Drop is like so good.
I like it. It reminds me of this arcade game I used to play, racing arcade game. I think it's called like Wangan Midnight or something like that. And it's like you're racing these arcade.
Very Gran Turismo. Very Gran Turismo.
Yeah, Gran Turismo. That's another one.
Well, it's the Fast and Furious theme song, Tokyo Drift, but it's like it's been remixed. It was remixed and then remixed again with Nightcore.
You would not know that you live in China.
No. I'm a man of the internet.
Kromos, that gif is perfect for this
Man
song.
of culture, man of the web.
We'll know what happens if
Man of the saddle chair.
We'll know what happens if Coder Dan just disappears one day.
Yeah, he fell off the saddle and hurt his back.
No, I was saying the government came for him.
Shit, yeah. I've been worried about that for a while, man. I don't know how you... Like, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know.
I thought you got kidnapped, Nucky. I'm like, where the heck is Nucky? I thought they got him.
Man, I might have, dude. You know, I might have.
Yeah, he's a clone. You're a clone of Nookie.
No, I'm not a clone, man. I just got out of there. You know.
Let's.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to bring
you were a clone.
I want to bring it back to Aavegotchis because I know we were talking about this alpha release. We covered the bounce gates. We got the NFT displays, fake gotchis. I want to know more about these observers and what are these observers and what are they doing in the Gotchiverse? How do they get there?
Oh, the lore. We'll find out what's going on with them soon enough. That's they're coming first. We don't know what the Gotchis don't know where they came from either.
It's a total mystery. But I mean, if you wanted to be in the Gotchiverse, you can come in as an observer without a Gotchi. Is that something people can do from the front end, from the front page? They can join as an observer and they're just there, just like that. Or are there any other steps?
They'll be able to spawn and basically they can act as a Gotchi. They probably won't have like hit points. So they can't sprint, but they can walk around. They can just cruise around, and they can use the bounce gate. And they can also. We're planning to allow them to be able to build, just because building can be kind of a friction point right now for a lot of people. Like they might want to make an NFT display, but to do that, they would need a Gotchi, and they'd have to go and rent one from the Gotchi lending, and it's a lot of friction. So. How can you build with no hands? They're summoning these into existence.
They need the MakerBot. That's it. Automatic. They have to buy it.
So it's
really
gonna
like
be cool.
how they can build.
I think it's something we need in the Gotchiverse. Is just a simple way that people can come and check it out. Like if you're an artist and you want to have an art gallery showing, you can set up your bounce gate. Get all your NFT displays set up, and then have all your friends from Twitter or Lens, wherever, come in as observers and just hang out.
That's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to be inviting, my friends and whoever, who's been complaining about not having a Gotchi to come in the Gotchiverse and check it out because, it's one of those things where you really have to be in it to just to understand it. And it's easier for me to be like, hey, you know what, check this Gotchiverse thing out. We got an event Friday night, come hang out on our parcel, rather than trying to explain everything from the start and maybe work my way backwards. Once they're in the Gotchiverse, I can tell them what's up. This is what it is. This is what we do in the Gotchiverse, all that.
Question.
And you can you'll be able to
I
let them
lost-
like
I
build
lost-
your parcel too.
I lost all my friends from shilling gotcha at weddings.
Well, you'll have to get them back.
Oh, don't worry, man. I'm wedding crashing now.
Sorry, Dr. Wagme's comment above. He's saying they can't collect res though. I'm betting, and then you said, yeah, that's gotchis only. So if a observer, they would be able to rent gotchis and empty reservoirs, correct? Or would that be like forbidden?
Well, they're not an observer. If they enter the Gotchiverse as a Gotchi, then they're not an observer. It's the same wallet address, but if you have a
Forbidden.
Gotchi in your wallet, you can enter as a Gotchi. If you don't have a Gotchi, you can
Maybe
enter
the
only
apple.
as an observer.
Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. It creates this like lane for them to actually onboard to Gotchi Gang. They'll start as an observer, they can get some land, they start building, they realize the yield, they might rent Gotchis eventually to own them.
Yeah.
Well, it really does create that free way to come and check it out. You know what I mean? It's you'll be able to come in for free, and you might not be able to do everything, but at least you'll be a part of it. And then, like you said, no future, you make a lot of money, buying some stuff. And when the game pops off, they'll be able to see the upcoming boom.
Yeah, who's gonna have the biggest observer crew following them around in the Gotchiverse? That's the question.
Not me, please.
Yeah, it'll be one of the content creators for sure. It's got to be, yeah. I mean,
Coder Dan, you said...
I might even start streaming if they allow it.
Nice. Get your observers in there, man. Get your mates in there.
I'm just gonna start fights on Twitter and then invite everybody to come in. Start
Stop it, man. Stop lowballing me.
Yeah, just start random attacks on other NFT communities. Like Better Cat Gang. Yeah, you suck. Meet me in the Gotchiverse.
Eat shit, Axie. I mean, I can do it if I'm ordered to, but
Coder Dan, you said observers can use bounce gates, right?
First time back, and I've already been yellow carded once.
Yeah, anyone can use the bounce gate.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't.
So yeah, you'll be able to basically the ideal situation that we're going to try to create here is that your bounce gate will also have like a deep link into the game, so you can share your link. It'll have like a nice image that you'll be able to upload. Obviously suitable for work, nothing like obscene because it's displayed in the Gotchiverse, but you can
Safe for work
and display that, and people can go on Twitter and they can click it, and then when they log into the game, like your event will already be selected, and all you got to do is just hit spawn, and basically you'll be in the game from there.
That's pretty sick.
That is great because that means like I could pay to move up on top of the leaderboard, like in terms of hey, like come and watch, be an observer, jump into my event, or just distribute a link. So it's not, it's still fair.
Yeah, like we don't want to make it so you have like the only discoverability of your event is on the page. But if you want to get new people that they're just like, all right, like let me go look and see what's hot right now. What big events are happening. That's when you might want to spend some Alchemica to like promote your event a little bit more.
Yeah, so if I have a channeling party like for during the hot zone spillover, John Gotchi does it at his school, then we can just like boop.
Whoa, hang on a minute. We're back. Did you just say there's someone with the name of John Gotchi?
Well, there's a John Gotchi. There's a few. I remember there being more than one John Gotchi at one point.
No, but do you reckon there's a real person in the world named John Gotchi?
I probably
because that would be huge.
I don't think there's a real person named John Gotchi, but
I reckon there's got to be someone with the surname of
I'm
Gotchi.
gonna Google that last name.
Hit that
the question
shit.
is,
Get
where
off
would
that
that
shit.
last name originate?
It's also the spelling because it could be Gotchi like Godci or something like that, like some weird
Mafia boss from New York City. Damn, I just outed myself again. Oh, you're talking about John Gotti, Teflon Don. Yeah, righto. That's not Gotchi. Oh, true, is it? Gotchi if Italian. Yeah, right.
No, futuristic. You were talking about a little bit ago how you could become an art gallery manager, and that was not a something you'd really considered earlier in life, but here we are. I think that's really what ties it all together is this kind of, what are we calling it, Dan? It's not a commission, but a way to share profits.
Like the affiliate kind of model.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
gallery
I think
owner,
that's what ties it all
curator.
together.
You're a
That's really
curator.
the key.
Yep.
Yeah, I just see myself as like I have a lot of land. If I put a lot of NFT displays up and there's a lot of like traffic in the verse, then it makes perfect sense to reach out to artists who have collections and be like, "Yo, can I host one of your piece here so that you get more eyes?" And this isn't a consignment sale. It's not like I have to we're exchanging anything. It just sits in that inventory until it's sold, and you can pull it back anytime. That's like a perfect, easy, like I don't have to do anything. Let the money printer go burr kind of thing. It's not going to be, we've talked about it last week. It's not going to be something that happens immediately, but the fact that that's even in the works is like, all right, that's cool because that gives some real utility for me, like for that art. And I'm already an art lover. I've been buying a lot of gotchi art anyway, but being able to like spread it all over the place and have like this cool aesthetic of art everywhere, it really excites me.
Yeah, I think it'll come down to who knows how to throw a great event. And like you say, it won't happen all at once, but you've got your NFT displays. You've got a way to onboard anybody with an observer. And if anybody wants to come in and they are inspired by the art, they like the art, they could buy it right there on the spot. And then also over time, I think there'll just be more and more tools added to this. And by tools, I mean like ways to throw a great metaverse party. And like one that comes to mind for sure is the ability to basically distribute Alchemica as instead of cheese and crackers, you've got Alchemica at your party, right? You're like, come on through, we're going to have some Alchemica to pick up. That really won't help the observers, of course, because they can't pick it up, but it sure will be good for the gotchi gang to come through.
There's cheese and then the crackers of the Alchemica. I get where you're going there. I like it.
Tweety and I were talking about it yesterday, and actually, I would love I don't know how hard this would be, but if you guys could create a approved list for, say, the landowner who's throwing the party of ERC20 tokens that we can load up and drop at will, that would be amazing. We were talking about the pinata thing. That would be great. And
come to Australia for a party. I'll hook up a bullshit house and we'll just go bananas. But someone else has to talk about Aavegotchi.
The first of many ERC20s
someone else has
to
to
follow.
talk about
Ideally,
Aavegotchi,
it's a standard,
like
right? So we should be able to load it up, and if you're doing a chain link themed party, maybe give away some link. If you're doing anything Aave, you should be able to do whatever you want. All your dusty shit coins, you want to like just give them all at the party, you should be able to do that too.
Dump your milk.
We'll dump the dye when it gets depegged. Also, dead Polaroid. Yes, a Nashville gotchi party needs to happen. We should make that happen with the Nashville/Kentucky people.
Last week we were talking about these pinatas, right? And I was just thinking, well, we also talk about laser eyes in the gotchiverse. What if these laser eyes would be used to break these pinatas, and you'd be able to shoot your gotchi laser eyes at it, and you'd have different colors and whatever, strengths and whatever. But you'd be able to use your laser eyes to break these pinatas or, mine these tokens out of this object. I think it'd be, I don't know, might be interesting to explore something like that.
School.
Still looking for utilities for those double myth eyes. You know what we should do just to call it a day? Make the double myth eye, like give it a button that if you have a double myth eye gotchi, when you hit it, it starts like a disco party for like 20 seconds in the gotchiverse. Like in your immediate area, like based on your spirit force or whatever. And that's the whole utility of double myth eyes. We'll just leave it there.
Yes.
Bro, I thought you were muted for everybody. It was so peaceful. It was so pleasant. No, I love you, man. But yeah.
Oh, that is so good, man. No, I don't, man. Look. I don't mind getting sent to the bin, man. That's all. I'm used to it. I just got to come in here. I just got to come in here and dumb it down.
It's good
now we go back to the alpha, But sometimes I do get a bit carried away. I appreciate you sending me to the bin for 10 minutes because it's necessary. You know?
That's all right.
So
All
back to
good.
the alpha. Back to the alpha.
I thought
No
everybody,
future.
because they were saying, like, where did he go? And you were going to be, you said, tune in next week, you're bankrupt. Or, it's like, all right, he's definitely
I was
muted.
like, what? I was like, why am I getting spoken over? And everyone's like, I don't think they can hear each other.
No, that's funny. Well, we'll call it a draw.
First time back in 6 months, I've already been sent to the bin twice, man. Keep going, boys and girls.
What are you doing right now, Nikki? If you don't mind me asking, you having a few toddies?
Oh man, I mean it's 20 past 1. Yeah, I'm brewed up. It's you know what I mean. Like it's that's why I get carried away, man. It's hard to get it.
We need to catch you in the morning. There
you
would be a
don't
whole
want
nother.
you don't want to. Yeah, man. It'll just be like yeah.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Yeah, what's up, dudes? I gotta go. No, but yeah, it's 1:20 here, so Saturday night, final season,
Final season of what?
everything, AFL, rugby league, all the
Cool.
stuff you don't know about over there. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I do not envy you at all, man. You live with the killer bugs, you know.
What?
So
I'm sorry, I'm a freaking electrician,
you're
crawling
like,
around with those things all day, man.
yeah, you're out there working with all that crazy ass shit, man. That's why I'm here in the U.S., man, with no bugs up where it gets real
Yeah.
cold.
I'll tell you what, it'd be dangerous for a man whose balls drag along the footpath with all these spiders out her. All right, enough and nucky, dudes. Can you guys start spitting some smart shit because I'm dumbing this down too far?
Has everything been turned on in the Gotchiverse yet, or should I go back in?
I guess I should have asked this question a while ago because I know spillover's turned off. I've been channeling and just ignoring the spillover. The channeling is still working, right? I'm not going to have to go back and channel another 40 gotchis, will I?
Yeah, it looks like the dev who handles Kubernetes is we're having a hard time like getting in touch with them. So unfortunately, usually Kubernetes works without anyone, but something's gone a little awry with it specifically today. So looks like there's probably not going to be any spillover during this hangout.
Can we do it tomorrow?
Maybe could maybe do it during the DAO, but yeah, probably I don't know. It's not. It would be. There's a lot of people who wouldn't be able to attend probably.
That's cool. It's still the weekend. I just think that I mean, I don't know. It'd still be fun.
If you hang around in the Gotchiverse long enough, you might get some.
I'm here. Let's scramble some Alchemica, baby.
You can make it up to us by dropping some like unexpected alpha if you want, something that you weren't planning on telling us that might be, get us all super excited.
All right. I got some alpha for you. I'm pregnant.
Okay. I am not the father. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm not. That was a lie. I'm gonna mute myself.
You having an alien baby?
I've got a gut like I'm pregnant, but I ain't fucking pregnant.
You got abducted by aliens, and now you're back. Gonna have an
man,
alien baby.
About to pop out like Alien movie, you know what I mean? A weird scene that comes out of the stomach, like
no more Nikki.
Yeah, we don't need any more of them. You don't need any more of them, man. Trust me.
Needs to have lots of Nikki.
My parents tell you that themselves.
So
what'd you say? What am I having?
Maybe you could just make it rain, Coder Dan. Like 10 minutes of just straight up, just the whole Citadel. Make it rain.
Let it rip, Coder.
Well, we can't do Alchemica right now because it's down, unfortunately.
That's cool. You should just randomly post it and say like, I'm gonna make it rain. Make it rain, and whoever can get there, and just run around like they're gods.
That'd be the sickest troll ever.
That would be so sick. You just come in there and just boom.
100 times spillover for 5 minutes.
Yep. And then do that 2 times in a day to make sure everybody gets a chance for the sleeping people.
If you have an Axie Infinity account, it's 200 times.
I'm talking about just make it rain. Like,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah. Like Danny DeVito in the chat.
I mean, we have like 500 or 600 people in the game, and although there is no Alchemica, we could like go to a common spot and do a game of gotchi tag or something like that while we're here.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I haven't been in the verse in ages, dog. The Risen needs to go for a run. He's getting unfit.
Pretty good, Moon. Well, everybody go give Moon some love. That's a nice tweet.
Where is Moon, man? I missed that cat.
Apparently
Moon, Moon, I fucking love you, bruh.
All right, I think that's a good one for Nucky to go out on. I warned you, Nucky, and then I thought I banned you. Now I actually had to. But Moon does send you love. So just make it official.
Somehow he was muted for me, and I couldn't hear him for like 20 minutes. Other people could hear him. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Some could, some could. I thought I was pretty sure I had it all muted up, but apparently not. Back to the box. Unfortunately. Well, I don't know, Coder Dan, they said maybe we could drop some other alpha. I don't really think we have anything prepared. You have any ideas? We just chill. It is the hangout. We're just chilling. Let me see here. I guess one thing I could do is just more useful for people trying to visualize how Fake Gotchis is going to be. I could leak like a design for the queue so we can all kind of visualize how that'll work.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Not like super, it is what it is, but I've got that available. All right, just dropped it in the chat.
Oh, shit. This is the queue. So these fake gotchi cards we see, are they going to be the actual artworks that you'll see there?
Right, that's just stand-in for the artwork, and then you can kind of see how the metadata is displayed. You've got also note like they go off screen, right? And so it's literally a carousel that's like on rotation, and that's why you got the gotchi with the play button. You're going to be able to like just enjoy. You can just like, this could be your new screensaver. You just enjoy and watch the upcoming pieces like, nonstop going across. And then if you see one you like and you want to check out a little bit more, you can drill down. You can hit the pause button and just check out the other thing is you'll see the mock-ups for the heart and the flag at the bottom. So this is the part where I said if you have like, I believe it's going to be at least 100 ghost balance or a fake card or fake gotchi collection piece, you will be able to vote. You'll be able to do, if you want, an on-chain transaction to express your excitement for the piece, or you can flag it. You can do one or the other.
And if it gets flagged enough, is that like a review? Like now it's just under review, and then it might pass the review and it might not pass the review based on whatever tweaks, right?
Yeah, there's no guarantee. So once it hits 10 flags, that number there currently in the UI is just a mock-up. But if it hits 10 flags, it gets paused. And so 5 days turns into indefinite, and it goes into a kind of a separate bin where we're able to review it, see what the issues are, and if there are any issues, or it was just whatever it may be. And then we can either do another transaction to let it continue on its way, or we can basically just delete that one. So I think it's it's a very unique way. I haven't seen this done anywhere else where we're able to like kind of self-curate the collection while at the same time leaving it very organic, very open to everybody to submit. And so we'll see how this works out. Definitely open to feedback on this.
I'm going to see.
You guys have the upcoming Worked integration for V2. Will we be able to use credit cards to also buy stuff from the Fake Gotchi collection?
Sorry, what did you say? What to buy what?
Will we be able to use credit cards like via Work to purchase stuff from the Fake Gotchi collection?
Yeah, you definitely will. That's the nice part. Like you could, it'll basically, the word will buy Ghost and spend it immediately all in one. You won't even see it happening from your side. You're just using your debit or credit card. So it's actually
RIP my
driving
credit
most
card.
This
Yep.
opens it up to normies then in a very easy way. Like if someone like, if Hefe puts out a collection, Hefe number 3, and it's a fake gachi thing, and he gets friends and family and they want to collect it, they can now just go and buy it via card without even having to jump through all the Web3 hoops to get there, right?
Totally. They'll just use the workflow, and it's super easy, super familiar to them, and they could get started with their first NFT collection.
These cards are going to be very tradable. For people who are wondering what this is going to be like when it starts out, go listen to at the Art Summit Master Yang's conversation. I think Zombie Shepherd has it uploaded now. Just that one conversation. That'll give you a good idea of how these communities started with Rare Pepe and where it is now, and kind of what happened along the way. So it's a good history lesson. But also will get you pretty hyped up for fake gotchis, because this is like the beginning of our grassroots art community. And something Master Yang said that still stuck with me is, when you're making these fake gachi cards, think about the impact that you want that card to have, because there's a limited amount, and each card you put out there it's like a stamp on the blockchain of culture. That's what he called it, the blockchain of culture. And so every time you make one of these cards, it'll mean something, or it should mean something to the collectors, collecting it. So
I'm totally with you on that. I'm glad you brought that up. Like, thinking about what we want the collection to be, and it's going to be open-ended. You're going to see a lot of different styles. Everybody can do what they want. At the same time, it's totally probably a good idea to look at like how fake rares and rare pepes work, because that is a big inspiration for this in their format. And a lot of times it's referencing, the artwork is like referencing a major milestone for Bitcoin or for whatever's going on in the fake rare space. And so you see these like milestones that have a very dramatic and obvious piece that's associated with that, and it kind of like, that's how we embody that and visualize what happened in the wider space of crypto. So we can do that too with the Gotchiverse. I think there's been a lot of major events, and there's going to be ones that happen while these cards are circulating, and it'll be up to somebody to properly kind of like put that in context and market and make it part of the collection. So for me personally, I'm really excited for those kind of like historical marker type designs, assuming all else being equal. It's a beautiful design. It's something desirable and really well executed.
yeah, well said. I think there's some really iconic cards when you look back at the Rare Pepe collection, and some of them are like, like exchanges going down, or, like for example, Terra Luna crashing to zero could be some sort of art piece, that's, how do you, or it could be anything really, encapsulating even the story of the Gotchiverse, like the lore of the Gotchiverse could also be told through fake Gotchi. And so,
Totally.
yeah.
Storytelling NFTs, right? There's room for that in here. So it can be whatever we want it to be. I'm super excited for seeing what everyone brings to the table.
Yeah, and I also think
Yeah,
these
hello
cards
everyone, John Gonchi.
Hey, John Gotchi. I was just going to say these
Yeah.
cards are also going to be very tradable. So I'm looking forward to a community built card swapper if someone wants to build that, where we can, just to prevent OTC scams and all that, you put up whichever card you want to trade, if it's 1 card, 2 card, whatever, and then someone else on the other end can put up their card they want to trade, and you can swap them. I think that would be a really cool tool to build, but just, I don't know, throwing that out there.
Speaking of that, just to mention that, of course, I'm the only real John Gotchi. But during the Alchemica drop, I don't know if you paid attention, we had the visit of a curious Gotchi, Captain Gotchi. And looks like this guy has a treasure hidden in the Gotchiverse. So hopefully, he just before leaving the parcel, he dropped like some note that I'm gonna try to decrypt, but should be take only a few hours, and that means that maybe we'll face for the very first one the first escape gotchi tomorrow. So be prepared, guys. I'm gonna release some news as soon as I'm gonna decrypt his note. But looks like there is a good loot to make tomorrow.
Ooh, look at that. Does this tie into your Web3 school, John Gotchi? I know you're building a pretty interesting platform to help onboarding. Does this tie in with that?
It's gonna be it's gonna be part also of the concept of the school. So I'm gonna try to make like educative content by playing to learn, and also I'm gonna integrate those kind of games um, beside the learning, the more serious matters.
Yeah, for
So
those
actually
Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
no, yeah, actually, this is gonna be like an escape game, but for Aavegotchi. So there's gonna be like some secret hidden, and you will have to find like step by step to maybe find the chest. And for the very first person who open the chest, there's gonna have like a special loot, a special reward for him. So yeah, stay tuned, guys, tomorrow or maybe tonight, depend where you read.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, and we'll definitely have like a presentation or something put together where we can go through your what you're building there. But John Gotchi is basically pioneering play to learn in the Gotchiverse. So you'll be able to play his levels that he has set up, and there'll be rewards, and you'll along the way learn how to use Web3 in the blockchain. Everything from learning how to sign your first transaction to more advanced things later in the later levels. But it takes you through this whole range of different things in Web3 that if you're really apprehensive to signing your first transaction, why not do that at John Gotchi's school first, where you have nothing to lose and you have everything to gain from his prizes and whatever rewards are going to be built into the platform. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Sure, yeah. I've always thought that the education in general is really tough and not efficient at all. And as long as I learn and code with blockchain, I feel like there is a huge progression to do with the education. Try to mix like learning complicated mathematics or just Web3 and finance with mixing with blockchain and kind of like these incentive rewards with NFTs. And I wish to also make this like in 3D environment. So I'm gonna start first with all the Web3 concept, since I feel that there's gonna be it's gonna impact all the industries, and also that like a lot of people are curious about it, but think they're only reserved for developer or initiated. And like in my family, my parents, like they almost are scared to start to learn because it's too complicated for them. So that's the point with the Web3 Gotcha School, is like to allow everyone to start their journey with like a user friendly website to learn about Web3. And maybe in the future, I would hope like to extend it in other industries like mathematics, biology, or whatever.
Oh yeah, you mean
So
like extending it beyond the Gotchiverse one day?
exact.
Yeah, that's really cool. It'll definitely help the observers who are going to be now in the Gotchiverse. Many of them are probably going to be normies, and having them in the Gotchiverse and going through your Web3 school is going to be pretty awesome to give them that way to learn and get familiar with what we're doing here in Web3.
Coder Dan, speaking for the observers, I know we have a game guide for Gotchi Gang. Will there be amendments to the gaming guide for the observers so when they enter, they can get like some kind of like base knowledge of what's going to happen for them?
Yeah, I think onboarding the anybody, like we have to assume whoever's using an observer is their first time in the Gotchiverse, so we definitely have to have like a very friendly welcome for them, and that includes like letting them know how to just do basic things like get around, interact, that kind of stuff. I think it's going to be very likely when there's events, we'll see more observers in the Gotchiverse than there are Gotchis. We're gonna have like at least 50-50.
Is there a max size you could have of observers like on one area around you? Like, could you have just unlimited observers, or is there a limit?
I mean, I guess we'll find out, but we're definitely pushing for that kind of infinite scaling that Dan mentioned earlier. So it's coming together all just at the right time where we can actually support something like an observer. So I think it'll be interesting. I'm curious who will throw the biggest party. I think No Futuristic absolutely could, but it could just be a GMI event. Who else is in the running? It could be a few.
If you let me airdrop shit, I think I'm going to have the biggest party because I'll just give away a whole bunch of crap.
True.
Portal Mages are gonna throw the best parties.
Yeah, that's true. The Portal Mages already have the biggest streams right now. You have like 70 people watching your stream at points, right?
No, that was just actually when we joined the hangout there on our 1 year. That was pretty funny. Some of the hangout people from here joined the stream, so that was definitely a high score. But usually we're chilling around 30, like 20, 30 viewers for like our events that we host like every week. We do like we try and stream twice a week, so usually it's around 30 viewers. It's a good stream if it's looking like that. But it's been fun. I mean, we were just streaming today for the spillover. Obviously, we had to kind of shut it down. We kind of just entertained a bit on stream, but I was like, let's just turn it off for now because the spill was done for the week. So it was all good. It was a little upsetting that didn't happen this week, but things happen, and we're not too upset about that. But maybe spill's been off for a while. Maybe it's time. I know Marvin was having some conversations there last week about getting spillover more frequently. It's honestly like when spillover is once a week and our players could like look forward to that. It wasn't that bad, it was something to look forward to. But now it's honestly hard to even get them excited for it because they think it's almost just like a bug testing. Like it's tough for them because like they look forward to it, but then now they don't even know if they're gonna get a chance to pick up during that time. So maybe if we we do 2-3 times a week, we do these 2-hour sessions where it's not just during the hangout. Players can start getting a lot more excited for the game again. And there you go, Jesse. Thanks, brother. But yeah, no, honestly, it's been good. Like we've had a lot of fun in the previous spillover Saturdays. It was just today. Obviously, there's no spill, so we had to kind of shut down the stream. But that's why I'm here, just coming to hang out for the last little 20 minutes, half hour.
Very soon, I'm going to be reaching out to you and some other guild leaders, me and some people with Gotchi Jam, because we want to set up a guild tournament of maybe basing it on wearables, making teams. Like if you're wearing a Portal Mage outfit, you're part of that team, and we it'll be one-on-one games, but maybe there's 10 of them based on Los Mustachios bringing its 10 best players, and the Portal Mages bring their 10 best. So we're going to organize this hopefully in the next coming weeks or month, and I'll definitely be in contact with you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that was hype. We did a guild kind of game night there in October or November. That was hosted by like Gotchi World. It was like a Fall Guys thing where I remember playing Fall Guys against some of the Gotchi community members, and I remember few people were pretty good. I think Moongotchi was the best, to be honest, if I remember correct. But
Moon was smoking everybody. It was so bad. Like those chickens just kept winning and winning.
yeah, they had a nice commentator there that they hired too, so that was pretty hype. But yeah, we've been playing Fall Guys on like it's been like every couple weeks even. I've streamed that, so I've had some practice since then, so I'll be ready. But yeah. What do we got? Oh, thanks for sharing that. Here actually we have a new calendar. We can show the total September. We've meant to make a tweet just showing yeah, because September calendar's been really fun working through. We're 3/4 through now basically, or I guess halfway. But anyways, yeah, it's been a hype month for us. Just kind of hosting events in different games. Trying to keep our community just kind of engaged while we wait for the more gameplay stuff and Aavegotchi to be released, and it's been working out really well. I think that's like what most gaming guilds should kind of shift to, is hosting, these kind of events, turning normal games into play to earn games. All these events have small ghost prize pools. It's more about just hanging out with the guild and having fun, but there is that little play to earn element in all these events, so it's kind of adds some hype to it. But yeah, speak of events coming up, we actually been kind of planning something just like the past week or two, an event we'd like to host. Do you want to share that, bro? So yeah, there's been a couple of summits that have been pretty successful, hosted by GMI. They did the Art Summit, the Guild Summit. Something we're pretty interested in hosting would be the first Scholar Summit. So I think in October, we're looking to host a Scholar Summit. Yeah, Thrax, let's play CS for sure. CS or Valo, anytime. But yeah, so the Scholar Summit, it's going to be you can maybe post the other thing too, right after. Yeah, it's going to be basically a chance to learn, earn, and have fun. We want to get players excited for the game again. It's going to give us an excuse to go recruit players from other play to earn games, basically tell them that there's this event happening in Aavegotchi. We'll try and make sure people can get gotchis rented, this and that, because there's going to be games kind of in the verse. We're going to be teaching about, lore, because I feel like when the game first started, we knew in our guild, like, we were basically educating players about like kind of the history of the game, like that there's like, going to be liquidators in the future and there's these attacks, but we weren't sure if that knowledge was kind of getting across to all the scholars in our ecosystem. So we basically want to kind of let them all know what's really like going on behind the scenes, and that there's more of a game to be played than just to log on and log out and channel and all that. So we're excited. We want to host an awesome event for the community. It's going to be in a private part of our server. Like when you join for the Scholar Summit, you're not going to be in our guild server. It's basically going to be like how we set up our scholars initially. We kind of set up the Mages College where you would react to a certain thing and you wouldn't see the initial, like, original kind of guild workings we have there. So they'll just be in a separate thing. Yeah, it'll be interesting. And then yeah, we're just going to host it kind of in the Discord there. Maybe you have the Twitch stream going. But it's going to be we just want everyone to have fun and learn something about Aavegotchi and be excited for the future. That's kind of the main goals of the event. So we'll be taking that upon ourselves to do that one. And then, yeah, maybe in the future after that, we could host a manager summit. That'd be another summit we'd be interested in hosting, is because we've kind of been, I feel like, leading those fronts almost. So I want us to, lead by example, and we'd love to see more stuff in the Gotchiverse like this. So anyways, yeah, that's kind of my spiel with the Scholar Summit. This is just a initial like graphic, nothing's final. You're going to be hearing more about it in the coming weeks, but we're thinking maybe October 21st. So it's around a month away. There's a lot of time, but we're going to be getting, recruiting some speakers or all that stuff. So yeah, we're excited for it though. We just want to get the message out there for now. So, yeah.
That's awesome. I love seeing it, man. These kind of large scale events being organized in the Gotchiverse. This is like, we're in like, the first sweep of these kind of things. So seeing more and more of it coming out is just so inspirational.
Yeah, like we saw some super successful events hosted by GMI. So we just felt like, we've been kind of doing similar things, and we definitely want to continue doing that. So definitely you guys do some good summits, and we'll take some inspiration from that and try and host an awesome Scholar Summits. So we're hype about it.
Definitely hype. Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, amazing.
That's really killer.
Are scholars from other guilds also allowed to attend the summit? Just like an open invitation for other scholars that might want to come check it out also?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to make it like a separate part. So when they join like our guild, they're not really seeing like a scholar application or nothing. Like if someone is in there, like, and they aren't really affiliated with the guild, they're asking, well, how do we get scholar? Then we'll DM them and we'll just say, hey, like, you can fill our application here, but we're not going to be openly like shilling our, scholar program. It's just going to be a place for them to kind of congregate before the summit. And it's going to be it's going to be on our server, but just a private channel where if they're not in the guild already, when they join the guild, it'll just be kind of like a private channel for the summit. And if they want to expand from there and find different places, we can let them know where that is. But initially, we're trying to make it comfortable for other guilds. They want to because there's going to be some pretty like decent prize pools we're hoping, and we're going to do some giveaways and just play games in the verse and stuff. So if other guilds want to send their scholars there, like we're not going to be trying to actively recruit them. We're just going to be trying to give them a good experience, because our goal has always been to give players the best experience in Aavegotchi. So we'd love to extend that beyond just the players that we're working with. We want to also give other players a good experience too. So, and we're also going to be recruiting a lot just during this time, just in to other cool. Thanks, Doctor. I will let you know. But yeah, we're going to be talking to other games, not really talking to them, but just going into other servers like we were doing to recruit for our guild. Well, basically, instead of like recruiting for our guild this time, we'll just be recruiting, hey, come to this event and find Aavegotchi, and then through there, hopefully some players can stick around and want to be excited about it. So thanks, everyone. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, but I think we have 10 minutes left in the event. So if you guys got anything else to talk about, I won't take the stage here for too much longer. But yeah, thanks for letting us share here, and we'll obviously probably come up in the weeks to come just to remind people about it or whatever. There might be more graphics to share. So yeah, we're excited about it and looking forward to hosting. So thank you for giving us.
Make sure to hit up. Dr. Wagme said to hit up the DTF if you want some funding for the event.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, we got some prizes and stuff. So obviously, maybe we can utilize the DTF a bit. It's going to be kind of like a marketing event for, like, that's the way I'm looking at it. Is it's going to be some good marketing for Aavegotchi and yeah, just educational purposes too. And just as long as people have fun, that's what we're looking for. So yeah, we're hyped. But,
That's
thanks,
awesome,
everyone.
man.
Right on.
Thanks.
So I just dropped a new video. It took forever to upload because it's like a half an hour long, but there it is. It's basically just like a stroll in the Gotchiverse followed by my mosaic tile design reveal, and then the beginning of a kind of new thing that I'm doing with my channel that you might want to check out. But yeah.
You said it's like 30 minutes long. It must be quite the tour through the Gotchiverse.
Yeah, and I couldn't include like everything that's like awesome in the Gotchiverse, but yeah, I had a lot of fun looking at parcels and stuff.
I like it. I wonder if the one that Dan shared just now is in there. Did you come across the godlike rug with the alpha right in the middle? That's a pretty nice one. Where were you, Dan?
This one is, let's see. It was near, if you go from John Gotchi's parcel, go east, and then go down the road, like the main road outside of the wall. You go down, go south a little bit, you'll see it on the right side.
I love it. I feel like it's a very local, like, diner, host is giving you directions. Just go past John's place, make a left.
I saw a bunch of parcels with godlike rugs on them. I don't know if I saw that one specifically.
This is my local fountain, local little pieces right in the Gotchiverse.
I love the ambient noise from that fountain. I kind of regret not getting one, but
It's almost like a public park where you would like go and you just sit down. It's open. There haven't been walls put up yet. Crime isn't an issue, so you can just walk over and sit on a nice rug and listen to the ambient swoosh of alpha.
yeah, pretty
other
soon that's gonna be
announcements,
fenced in.
Just checking our rosters here, see if we missed anything. You guys saw the tweet I put out a second ago. friends are officially sunset now. If you haven't moved your positions over to the new glitter pool, you can definitely start doing that. Should note that the WAP Ghost pools are still on the old version, so you'll need to wrap and unwrap your A Ghost over there and then move it over into the glitter. So if anyone's asking in the chat about that, we will get that updated on the new UI pretty soon, but that's currently what you need to do. All the wrapping and unwrapping is over on the other UI. And currently we do have a couple days left for the pink tiles. So if you haven't minted those yet, make sure you get on that, because those will be going away also pretty soon on Wednesday. And let's see, anything else? We do have the final rarity farming snapshot this Thursday. So there'll be a big XP event for that. We'll make an announcement for that early next week. That's going to be a big one. And also, that is the snapshot for fake gotchis as well. So you really want to make sure you're in a primo position for that one. And I think that's, did I get everything there, Golden Cross?
Yeah, pretty much. While we're talking about tweets that went out over the week, the one that I think I realized a lot of people maybe didn't know, I think most on this call will, but CoinGecko, right? If you go there and just type Gotchiverse, you can get the list of all your different Alchemica glitter all in one cozy spot. So if you don't know, now you know.
Right on. Also, we haven't put a tweet out for this yet, but the Aavegotchi collection on OpenSea has finally gotten the metadata updated on the collection. Some people were asking, like, why did I see this random airdrop? It's not actually an airdrop. It's the official Aavegotchi NFTs on OpenSea. And there's still a couple issues we're working out. Basically, the reason they're all kind of bugged is because we have two NFT collections. We were the first project to try this, and kind of turned out to be an issue with a lot of the marketplaces. So we're going to be fixing that issue very soon, and wearables will be in their own separate contract. So all the NFTs will look perfect on OpenSea and other marketplaces. But in the meantime, there might still be some weirdness, but the official collection metadata is updated now, and it says we call it the official Aavegotchi official Polygon collection, and you can check the Twitter there. Ownership is verified. So that is the official collection on Polygon, and your Aavegotchis are there. You will see them with the token ID as well. So it's pretty cool. Finally, are getting that issue sorted. And if you see any issues with yours, do let me know, and we'll take a look at those. But there could still be some weirdness related to the double NFT contract that we're fixing right now.
So, I'm sorry. What are the? Because I have one of these also. It has like a little explanation of who the gotchi is, and I thought it was a random airdrop too. So, like, were these just like distributed out to people, or like?
No, these are the gotchis. These are the actual. If you look at the contract address, you can see this is the official Aavegotchi contract address. So if you transfer it on OpenSea, you're actually transferring the real NFT. This is the actual Aavegotchi NFT.
I'm still confused because I have one of these, but I don't have that gotchi. So, like
if you transfer it to yourself or like to someone else and then back, it might show up on their indexer. That's the other issue that some of them are. Or if you go to the URL here and then try and then type in your token ID at the end. Maybe it'll show up there.
Oh, very interesting.
All right, friends. Well, that's pretty much all I got. Again, we're sorry for the Alchemica issues. Normally, this would be resolved a lot faster, but unfortunately, the Kubernetes dev just was not available. It is the weekend, so we try not to have these kind of things happen. But sometimes life happens. We are gonna improve the testing to make sure that the Hangout go as smooth as possible in the future, and try to avoid this kind of thing. So hopefully next week's Hangout will go out with a flawless execution. But
Could
it is
you
what it
do
is.
a makeup?
Very alpha still.
Could you do a makeup day, or is that's something you're not going to do?
We're probably not going to do it during the Hangout, the DAO discussion tomorrow, because we really want to keep that more discussion oriented. So we will once the issue is solved, we will maybe we could have some Alchemica drops during the rarity farming call next week. We'll see. But
That'd be dope.
we'll make it
Thursday.
We'll make an announcement for that if it's going to happen.
You can make it rain. Make it rain, Coder Dan. Make it rain.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
try that.
It's technically a double. It's technically a double day, right? So it's not only the rarity farming, but it's also the screenshot for the art, right? So it's really 2 events in one.
Yeah, it's a big one.
There's a lot hanging there. It will affect the cumulative for season 4 final numbers and who gets the trophies, the soulbound non-transferable trophies, medals, and of course payouts for that round in terms of the ghost. And then yes, the fake gachi cards. The first 1,000 fake gachi cards are going out to the basically top 333 in each of the leaderboards. I think Rarity, the BRS, will have 334. One extra gets to sneak in there. So it'll be a big day.
How long is that? Is that just going to be an hour?
Give or take. I think, yeah, figure about an hour. But I mean, the snapshot's a snapshot, right? That's what matters for what we just talked about.
Might you leave it on for 2 hours for the Alchemica?
Oh, I see what you mean. I mean, yeah, we'll figure it out. We don't even know if that's happening yet on Thursday, but we got to see what happened first with the Kubernetes.
That's the alpha right there.
There's no alpha. We're just talking. But hopefully, I hope so. So we do want to make it for everybody.
It's imaginary alpha till it becomes real.
Hey, that's true. Awesome. All right, I guess this is a good stopping point for everybody. So awesome hangout, everybody, and we'll see you throughout the week.
You guys have a great night. Thank you for everything.
You too.
Yeah.
Have a good one, guys.
friends.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Thank you.
Don't forget, tomorrow, 2 p.m. UTC, right here in the amphitheater for the DAO call. Later.
Absolutely. See you then.
Take it easy, Hefe. Take it easy, Zombie. Take it easy,
Later,
John
Gotchi Emperor. John Gotchi. Peace.
Oh, yeah. Peace.